on this, Sami Al-Arian joins us now from here in Istanbul. He is the director for the Center for Islam and Global Affairs at Istanbul Sabahattin Zaim University. Sami, thank you so much for being with us. So imminent is the word that is being talked about in regards to a ceasefire deal. Firstly, I want to ask you, where do you think things are going to go this afternoon?
I think we're going to have an announcement today, unless Netanyahu changes his mind again. But it seems that all things are in order for an announcement today to implement this agreement that was reached yesterday.
And Sami, what are the biggest challenges in the implementation of the ceasefire plan as it stands now for final approval?
I mean, it's always Israel's violations of the terms of the agreement. Right now, there are a lot of responsibilities that the occupation forces in Gaza have to do, including redeployment to about 500 meters to the borders, that they have to dismantle their crossings in Netzarim and Philadelphia corridor, that they have to allow the people going north without being harassed and without being stopped, that they have to release the approved list that Hamas gave to the mediators. There are a lot of challenges there. So if everything goes according to plan, then we shouldn't have any challenges.
And how optimistic are you that those challenges can be overcome?
I mean, it's very difficult always when you have Netanyahu at the helm of the Israeli fascist government to have this maintained. I mean, we've seen the numerous violations in the agreement they had with Hezbollah in South Lebanon. So I'm hoping that the mediators would exert enough pressure. The only difference between what we see today from what the agreement we had like last July was Trump. That's the only new factor here. Trump went out of his way to tell Netanyahu that he has to get a deal before he gets into office. That's what turned things around. It's pretty much the same agreement that Israel had in its hand back in the beginning of July. So what happened? That's the only thing that's happened. And I think what Trump did, he promised them something, either in the West Bank, in Syria, against Iran, or a normalization deal with Saudi Arabia. Something has been done in that front. It's not clear what, but I think that's the main change that has taken place since July.
And given that, what does that then say about outgoing US President Joe Biden's legacy here?
It's a terrible legacy. He is the worst president when it comes to Palestine, to the Palestinian issue. He's allowed a genocide to take place on his watch for 15 months. He's responsible for giving Israel the green light to do whatever it likes. $30 billion of armaments that devastated Gaza. We're talking about the end of civilian life, that they have to restart all over again with tens of thousands of casualties, perhaps approaching 200,000 between injured and dead. And also, we're talking about displacing over 2 million people. I think that's a terrible legacy for any president.
Sami Al-Arian joining us live from here in Istanbul. Thank you for your analysis.